KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. Welcome into the LIBA Business Hour, sponsored by Nats to Tassili, highlighting local independent businesses in and around Lincoln on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here's your host, LIBA's Lincoln's here.
Good morning, Lincoln. It's a little earlier than normal, which I'd rather not do this at 7:45 every morning. It's my pleasure today to welcome into the studio Sarah Baldonado, who owns with her sister My Wellness Center. Sarah's sister is Megan. Megan is joining us online from Cozehead today, but Sarah, you and your sister have facilities both in Lincoln and Kearney.
Yep, that is correct.
So I just want to make sure you're there. I want to hear your voice.
Hi, yes, I'm here.
Awesome. Okay.
Thank you.
So this is this LIBA Business Hour is all about highlighting the businesses that are members of LIBA, how they got started, why they got started, and what they do. So let's just start there. My Wellness Center, and then there's the EES on your website. So the website is actually mywellnesscenterees.com.
That's correct.
So let's start with the name, My Wellness Center. So let's go there first.
Well, it is named after our sister, Morgan Yardley. About 2 years ago right now, she was diagnosed with breast cancer. And it was a very aggressive form of breast cancer. And while she was going through her treatments, we got told by a family friend of ours about this technology. It was a light therapy, and they thought maybe it might help Morgan. But at the time, we didn't know that, of any place close. So my dad and her were going out to Colorado. And so anyway, we decided to start our own businesses here in Nebraska, in Kearney and Lincoln, and named it after Morgan. She passed away in November.
So sorry.
But
it's obviously very emotional for you to talk about it, but it's important.
Mm-hmm. It's part of our story.
This is kind of your why.
Yes.
And so technology, you mentioned the technology. So you brought back the technology that Morgan was going through in Colorado. Mm-hmm. You brought that back to Nebraska.
Yes.
What is that?
Megan, you can chime in anytime, but
don't be silent.
Yep,
this is anytime, jump.
No, the energy enhancement system technology, it is a light therapy. It's screens that emit they emit light, and it creates an energy vortex in the room. So when you go into the room, it is like dark and calm, and both places have 16 recliners there, and you can go back and take a nap. That's the idea, is to sit back and relax. And I know that's hard for a lot of people, because it's hard for me. But the idea is to go in there and recharge. That energy vortex, it recharges your body at the cellular level. So it can help with all sorts of things, from anxiety and depression to sleeplessness, all the way up to major medical issues.
Really?
Yes.
Why do we not know about it?
Well, it's pretty new. It started about 20 years ago. The technology was developed in the 90s, which actually is probably more than 20 years now. But when it first started, it was really only because it's not cheap technology. It was in like the wealthier people's homes. But then they decided they want to share it with everybody. So then they started letting places like us, centers that, people could start their own businesses and buy this technology and bring it, to local areas, and then share it with the community. So we were going out to Colorado, but then we decided why not bring it
Why
here to
not?
Nebraska? It
Why
was
not?
a complete change of pace because we were, we grew up in the insurance business, in the insurance industry, and now we're doing this. And I told you, Megan can kind of tell her story too, but she's a court reporter. So this whole holistic arena that we're getting into is completely different.
I'm going to come back to that insurance thing. So, Megan, court reporter, tell me more about this.
Yes. So I am the one that you would see like in the courtroom typing everything that's being said. Currently, I just do freelance work out here in Cozad. And so I just travel around to area towns and do depositions for attorneys.
So the little machine, is there shorthand in that thing, or do you literally like type every word?
No, we type in like syllables and phrases. So we're able to type 225 words a minute.
Well, my ninth
But most people talk faster than that.
Yeah, I don't think I would have made that. How long have you done that?
Oh, since 2008.
So you live in Cozad.
Yes.
You grew up where?
In Elwood.
Okay.
So not too far from here.
Not
20 minutes.
No, Central Nebraska is what I would call that. Most people call Central Nebraska Grand Island, but
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in Ogallala. So
Oh yeah.
to me, Central Nebraska, and Cozad, of course, was Southwest Conference along with Minden, Broken Bow, Lexington, right? So
Yeah.
Anyway, so insurance, you said you grew up in an insurance industry. We haven't talked about this. What does that mean?
So our family owned the home agency out of Elwood, Nebraska, and my dad, he started it or bought into it when the week that Morgan and Megan were born. So it was 39 years ago. Sorry, Megan, I'm telling your age.
Yeah, sorry, Megan. Oh, by the way,
I am older. She probably will mention that, but I am the older sister. But no, Dad joined the home agency and then became the sole owner over the years, 39 years in the business. And so, yeah,
so that was was that like a property casualty?
Yep. So he sells everything.
Yeah.
We had agents in like 4 or 5 different states, sold in 30, 30 different states. It was that's what I grew up in. I mean, Megan and I and Morgan, we literally started by cleaning the office and auditing and filing and all the fun stuff. And then after college, I went and actually worked for a crop insurance company and did trade shows for them for a few years. And then I ended up going back and working for my dad.
So was that University of Nebraska?
Yep. I graduated from,
Megan, did you go to university or?
I did for a year, and then I transferred to AIB College of Business in Des Moines, Iowa for court reporting.
That's a long ways away.
Yeah.
So, Megan, you were a twin.
Yes. Yep.
Or are, actually, I should say. Tell me a little bit more about why you decided to do this. I mean, you obviously had a career. Mm-hmm. Megan still does, right? It obviously, making a decision to start a business is not a simple one. Mm-hmm. And there are logistics, there's capital, there's all sorts of things. What was the driving reason besides honoring Morgan? Because this is something that you obviously felt strongly about. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So Sarah, can jump in. So Morgan did her treatment, did holistic treatment down in Arizona. And Sarah and I spent a lot of time down there with her during that 8 weeks. And I think just being down there and hearing the doctors talk about, why people have cancer, like why they get it, and just, and certain other diseases, it just kind of hit home, and how they want to treat, like you have to treat it from the inside. And it just, all of the things that they were talking about holistically just made a lot of sense to us. And so now we just kind of want to spread the word. And if it's something as easy as sitting in a light center to help, then that's what we want to, bring to everybody.
So you mentioned a couple of different things. I think you mentioned anxiety. I don't know, maybe depression. This is, who knows what all else it will help with. So do you have classes, or is this just, I can pop by and sit for an hour anytime I want to? How does this work?
Yep. We are open at both locations, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. We do like to have appointments booked ahead of time. We're also open 10 to 2 on Saturdays. But yes, right now we do, allow walk-ins. We have 16 chairs in the room, so 16 people can be back there.
So
at
what,
one
what, what do you
time.
consider like a treatment? Is it like,
We call it a session.
Session,
You buy it by
okay.
the hour.
Okay.
So you can buy a 1 hour session, you can buy a 2 hour, 4 hour. We do overnights.
What?
Overnights, because the longer you can be in the room, the better. I mean, if you can
But you
only
got to
come
sleep
in
in a recliner.
or you can bring an air mattress in.
Oh,
Like we
okay,
just had somebody
okay.
spend the night last night, and they had an air mattress and had all their bedding and everything, and they were nice and comfy. And I stay there. I mean, I stay there quite a bit.
And your CPAP machine, yeah. I would
Yeah,
bring that too.
there's outlets. You can do it
Megan,
all.
that wasn't funny.
Hey, you come spend enough time in there, you'll get rid of that CPAP machine.
Well, my wife would love that because it is noisy. So I mean, I'm envisioning this and like frequent flyer cards and punch tickets. I mean, what?
Yep. You can buy by the hour, or you can, excuse me, we have monthly memberships also. We have a 10 hour and a 25 hour. It's definitely the way to go if you're going to come even a couple times a month, because it's going to save you quite a bit of money. We have a couple other packages, like a 10-hour package and things like that. But
so where are you? Is in Lincoln here?
In Lincoln, we are on 5601 Union Hill Road, Suite 2. There's a Club Pilates right next to us, and a chiropractor, and then a Nebraska Weight Loss and Wellness. So
5601 Union Hill Road. Where is that?
Just south of Pine Lake, a couple blocks.
So essentially 56 in Pine Lake.
Yep.
Okay,
south
of it.
Yep.
So trying to think.
There's like a Hero 88 right there on the corner, and then there's a car wash, and then keep going down.
Jet Splash, my daughter's dance studio.
Yep.
Well, it is there. She doesn't dance anymore.
Yep. So we're on the same side. We're on the east side of the road.
On the east side, across from MSUDS.
Like the road goes from 2 lanes down to 1, and then we're right there on the left.
Okay, so right near Thompson Creek Road. Thompson Creek Road is 5 9s. That's where their shop is. Okay, so South Lincoln. So what's the demographic, right? Who are you? I mean, because I think about the issues that I have, right? I mean, and so, I didn't think I had any issues when I was 21 years old, right? So is the demographic market kind of the older population, people that are starting to experience issues, or is there an appeal to college kids or young professionals?
It can literally be from babies to the elderly. We have a lot of families that will bring in their kids. I bring in my kids. Like if one's homesick from school, I'm like, well, you're coming to work with me today, and you're gonna sit in the energy enhancement room. We call it our energy spa. And so I mean, it's for any ages can sit in there. So
yeah, I just wondered if from an appeal perspective.
Yep. I would say that the people that are coming in for the majority are people who are not finding a solution to whatever is wrong with them in other places. They're frustrated. They've tried everything. They're tired of taking medicine. And we are not a medical facility. We are not doctors.
Right.
But we are an alternative place that somebody can try. They can use it in conjunction with their, their normal protocol.
Sure.
But we're just another tool in their toolbox that they can use.
Okay. So when we're talking about this, I'm thinking, say people come and stay overnight and sleep, and I'm thinking all this light, and I'm thinking, is it bright? How do you sleep if there's all that light going on?
You can bring an eye mask if you want.
Okay.
I don't have a problem. I don't sleep with an eye mask in there. I don't have a problem. I mean, it's not like daylight in there, but
no,
there's no sound.
No sound. So picture
kind of white noise.
Picture a big dark room that has 24 computer screen looking things around the ceiling. So like probably about the size of these lights up here, 24 of them all the way around. And they have colorful, the light on there it's colorful and it's moving. You do not have to look at it. The idea is to really not look at it, because the idea is to come in and sit and relax.
Right.
But yeah, there is some light in there, but I mean, at night when you close your eyes, I mean, I sleep really well. I sleep really, really well.
It sounds it sounds very intriguing. I'm looking forward to diving deeper into this. But we're going to take a quick break. Before I do that, again, I want to remind you that this is the Lincoln, the LIBA Business Hour, and I am with Megan Bellamy and Sarah Baldonado, and they own My Wellness Center, EES.com. They are at 56 and Pine Lake Road in Lincoln. Megan, we'll get to your location in Kearney when we come back. We're going to take a quick break.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Just about everyone from every part of the state wants to win one of the 8 gray 2025 Ford F-150 XLT trucks in Trucks and Bucks, your Nebraska Lottery's most popular scratch game. But remember, since Nebraskans of all ages and locations around the state just love this game, tickets will sell fast. So play today and experience the power of gray. Trucks and Bucks top prize odds are 1 in 336,000. Ford F-150 is a registered trademark owned and licensed by Ford Motor Company.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier power sports dealership. Stocking all the top brands, including Can-Am, Honda, Polaris, Kawasaki, CF Moto, Suzuki, Yamaha, Sea-Doo, Manitow pontoon boats, and Triton trailers. Come check out Nebraska's newest Indian motorcycle dealership, plus score big on their massive selection of side-by-sides, all-terrain vehicles, motorcycles, and power watercraft. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has it all under one roof at their new 27th and I-80 location, and they can't wait to get you set up for the summer.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl, Jordan, with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. When it comes to gift giving, it's all about the wow factor. And let me tell you, nothing wows quite like jewelry. Whether it's a delicate necklace or a statement ring, jewelry makes the right statement. So if you want to knock her socks off, or anything else for that matter, skip the generic gifts and go straight for the bling. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
It may not feel like it, but planting season is on its way, and now's the time to upgrade your equipment with a late model John Deere planter from Acres Equipment. Acres has an entire lineup of John Deere planters equipped with the latest technology to ensure planting accuracy throughout your field. And to get you up and going, each planter purchased from Acres includes in-field startup support from one of our Precision Ag professionals. Warmer weather is coming soon, so don't delay. Visit your local Acres for details. Offer expires April 30th, 2025.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today. There's no place like McKinney's Irish Pub for St. Patrick's Day, so mark your calendars to join in on the fun for their 11th annual Street Festival. The party starts on Saturday, March 15th, with tons of giveaways, a kilt contest, great Irish food, and green beer, and continues on Monday the 17th for actual St. Patrick's Day. Doors open for the bar at 11 a.m. on Saturday and 9 a.m. on Monday, and the street party starts at 2 p.m. both days. Don't miss out on great music and great fun with no cover charge for St. Patrick's Day weekend at McKinney's 8th and P in the Haymarket.
Back to the LIBA Business Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This segment's sponsored by Ascend Aesthetics.
Welcome back to the LIBA Business Hour. I'm Lincoln Sayre, and I have in the studio Sarah Baldonado, and we have on the line Megan Bellamy. Megan and Sarah started My Wellness Center. You call it, what's the EES? Energy Enhancement System.
Yep.
Okay. Very cool. So kind of an alternative therapy, not covered by insurance, I'm assuming.
Correct.
So it's out of pocket.
Yep.
Okay. So Megan, I want to come back to you and give you an opportunity. Where is your location in Kearney?
So we're just off the interstate on the north side of I-80. We are on the Eunice property. Our address is 104 3rd Avenue.
So they pretty much have no choice when they get off the interstate to go to Kearney. You're going right by you.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. My grandparents grew up in Pleasanton, so
Yes.
I know that area relatively well, but not great. I will mention also, before I forget, the text line. If you have questions for Sarah and Megan, it would be 402-464-5685. So 464-5685, and Jackson, who's on the board, will get us those questions and we can talk about them. So Megan, Sarah and I were I grew up in Ogallala, so I'm a farm, not a farm kid, but I'm a small town kid. My parents weren't farmers. But I think about alternative therapies, and then I think about, okay, you're in Kearney, Nebraska, and I think, God, Central Nebraska is kind of conservative. How does this go over in Kearney?
It's getting there.
That's not exactly what Sarah said. Sarah said you might be doing better than she is.
Yeah. It's getting to that point where people are really wanting to try and find something different, other than just taking medicine all the time. And so, I think it's going to take a couple of years, but I think we're definitely headed down the right road as far as, the holistic, all natural approach to healthcare.
I'm assuming you have testimonials or whatever. I mean, people, this is big in their life. Yes. It is. But marketing is a hard thing, right? Getting the word out. So how you started, most people start one business at a time. You started two.
Yes.
That takes some chutzpah, as they say. You started Lincoln in September.
Yes.
And Kearney in October.
Yes.
So how are you going about marketing this?
Well, honestly, last fall was kind of crazy because we learned about this business and we decided to start this business all while Morgan was going through her cancer treatments and everything. So,
it was not an emotional time at all.
It was a long process. It did take us a little while to get, the business, figure out our locations and things like that. And then when we opened in September and October, the cool thing is that Morgan was able to come to Lincoln a number of times. So Morgan helped us build this business. She knew we named it after her. She knew all about the technology, the energy enhancement system technology. She, helped us design it, pick out the colors and things like that. She would, the logo, all that stuff. And then she got to come. She would post on social media and she'd be like, "Oh, the boss is picking me up and taking me to work today." And I'm like, "Stop calling me that." But she did get to come to Lincoln with me a couple times until it got to the point where she just couldn't travel. Yeah. And it was one of those things where it's like, I wanted, Megan and I both wanted to get our businesses open as soon as possible, in hopes that she could get there and it would help her. But we kind of just ran out of time. She just
where did Morgan live?
Ashland, Nebraska.
Ashland. Okay.
So it was a 40-minute drive for her. And it got to the point where she couldn't sit in the car that long. So,
yeah.
But no, she was a part of it the whole time. But yeah, as far as starting it out, I mean, it was really not good timing, but it was one of those things where, that's just how it happened. And it's part of our story. And like I said, she passed away in November. And then, now here we are the new year and we're really, as far as, building our business. Now it's go time. So
I referred to, not only starting one location, but starting two. I'm an accountant. I'm conservative as all get out. And I have so much respect and admiration for people that push their chips to the center of the table and start a business. I had thought about it several different times, and I was on the verge of creating a consulting business because of some experiences that I have had the pleasure of having that a lot of people haven't, that I thought were marketable, and yet I still didn't. So how do you decide to just pivot 180 degrees and go, I'm going to give up a day job and I'm going to just start a business? And I mean, that's hard.
Originally, we weren't giving up our day jobs, and Megan hasn't given up her day job.
Well, that's true.
I probably should, but
right now she can still
that was
divulge.
Megan. I think that was maybe you might want to think about that. I think Sarah's,
yeah.
But
we got a lot going on.
Honestly, I mean, yeah, we do have a lot with our kid. I have 4 kids and she has 3, but we had a lot of support from our parents. Without their help, we probably wouldn't be doing this at all. But it was just one of those things where seeing everything that Morgan went through, because she did all the traditional, chemo, radiation, mastectomy, all that stuff. And then she did the holistic, she went and did the alternative medicine down in Arizona. And that was really the only time her scans were stable. Those couple months that she was in Arizona. Otherwise, every scan she had was worse. So, I mean, we saw, like Megan mentioned earlier, we saw and we learned so much because we took turns going down to Arizona with her and spending time down there. And then we learned so much down there, and we just saw that there's other ways of healing. Not saying that one way or the other is good or bad, but they can be done together. But there's a lot of people that are looking for something else because they've tried everything, and we could talk about some different testimonials.
I think,
but that's kind of why we started.
This maybe isn't a fair question, but I'll ask it anyway. I mean, I think there's part of you, maybe, well, certainly would be for me, I guess is how I would say this, that had you known sooner?
Yeah.
Does the question ever come to your mind?
Yeah.
Had you known sooner, maybe?
Yeah.
We talk about that a lot, Yeah. Had we known what was going to, what the treatment entailed in Arizona, and even Morgan even said, Morgan even said that would have been her go-to had she known,
Well, I applaud both of you for taking the jump, even though Megan's still kind of half on the shore. I've said this before, though. I think serial entrepreneurism is a disease, and I think your dad, started essentially bought in, he worked for himself. He owned his own business.
Yep, he built the home agency,
and I think that is cool because it just seems like entrepreneurs create entrepreneurs.
Speaking of that, our one of our first jobs, and which I thought was probably one of our most fun jobs that we ever had, was we owned a lawn mowing business back in the day. Us 3 girls,
the 3 sisters.
Yep, M&M's lawn mowing business.
Oh my gosh,
Morgan, Megan, and Sarah. So that was.
I forgot that's what our name was.
Yep, it was M&M's lawn mowing business, and that was the best summer job because if it rained, you can't work, and we lived at
we got tans.
Yeah, we were outside all the time. But we lived at Johnson Lake, and back then it was a lot of cabins.
Yes,
I mean people didn't live there year round.
No, they were.
So we would send out flyers to every cabin. So I don't know, 400 or 500, however many cabins,
a lot of them.
And we would mow their yard before they got there. So when they got there on the weekend,
it was done.
Their yard was all ready to go, and they didn't
classic.
have to worry about it. So that was our first kind of entrepreneurial business.
We had fraternity rush parties at Johnson Lake.
Okay,
when I was headed to Nebraska West End. So this is not a franchise system, though, or is it?
No. So My Wellness Center, we created our own business. It's our own LLC, but we bought the technology from Energy Enhancement Systems.
Okay.
So My Wellness Centers, we are our own 2 locations.
Right.
There are other centers around. There's 400 to 500 centers around the world that have this technology in it now.
But it's not. They're not called
everybody.
Franchising would be implying the same name.
Yeah,
kind of
correct.
No,
everybody. It's their own businesses, so it's the same technology, but everybody has their own business around the world.
I want to ask about that more. It was kind of my con last week was talking about Body Fit Training, and they were the the first one like in the Midwest, right? So I'm curious where the other ones are. Excuse me. We need to take a break. Again, before we do that, I want to thank Nats to Tasseling and Ascend Aesthetics for their sponsoring of the LIBA Business Hour. So this is we'll be back with My Wellness Center, EES.com.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Picture this. You're in the doghouse and flowers just won't cut it this time. Enter jewelry, the ultimate peace offering. It's a gesture that speaks volumes, showing her you're willing to go the extra mile to make things right. So next time you're in the doghouse, remember, diamonds are a guy's best friend too. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of hand-cut fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
Lincoln Federal Savings Bank. Personal banking like you remember.
Hi, this is Chris Elgert, loan originator at Lincoln Federal. I know that buying a home is one of the most important decisions a person will make in their lifetime. That's why you need an experienced loan professional to explain all the options available, to answer all your questions, and to make the home buying process a rewarding experience. Talk with me and discover why Lincoln Federal is personal banking like you remember. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with the child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Early break.
Joy to the world, the Lord is good.
That's the Christmas one. That's not this one. Is that why you were confused? Oh wow, it's Christmas
Let
Eve.
earth receive her king.
Can you imagine all of a sudden just being at midnight mass and all of a sudden Jeremiah was a bull.
Oh, sorry, guys. Wrong one.
Wrong one.
With Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Bush from 6 to 9 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Back to the LIBA Business Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This segment sponsored by Integrated Behavioral Health Services.
Welcome back to the LIBA Business Hour. I am with Megan Bellamy and Sarah Baldonado with My Wellness Center, the Energy Enhancement System. So I jokingly said that maybe this would be like a team building event. Like, if you have a department of 5 or 6 people, just go. What would be better than relaxing? You can only go to, Top Golf so many times, right? Go find something else. Tell us a little bit more about the testimonials. What are people saying?
Yes. So we're getting tons of good feedback, and everybody always wants to know like how long should I come in for and things like that. And I always tell them, I can't tell you because every person's different that's coming in. Everybody's different. Everybody's going to react different in there. But 1 hour is better than nothing.
Right.
But if you can stay in there longer, great, because that's just more time for your body to recharge. But Megan, tell us about the lady that comes out that was in so much pain.
I have a lady that drives, from Cambridge.
I know where Cambridge is. That's
Yeah.
a ways away.
So a ways. She's got it. She's in her 80s. She's just had chronic pain for the last 5 years and has been passed around from doctor to doctor and tried all these different medicines and nothing was working. And so she came in and she literally only sat in there for 1 hour. And then the next day she called me and she slept 13 hours straight that night.
Without
And
waking up.
without waking up. Yeah. And then didn't take any. Yeah. And then she didn't take any medicine that day. And then I think her latest testimonial was she's taken like 5 Motrin, in a month, where she was taking that a day. And she just spends an hour.
What that does for your kidneys with the anti-inflammatories is not good.
And I always say, don't expect a miracle in 1 hour because that's not.
We
the
didn't
norm,
get here
but-
overnight.
No, exactly.
So
and whatever you're coming in for, whether it's even just a de-stress, like that didn't just happen overnight.
Right.
It might take a few sessions before you even see something. But when people walk into the room, I had one lady. I opened the door because we have the door stays closed, just keep it dark in there. One lady, she like stopped in the doorway and she kind of backed up and she's like, "Whoa!" She's like, "I can feel it." She could feel the energy. But other people, like if you have something that's been hurt, like if you had a broken arm or if you had we had a lady that had a torn tendon in her leg, she could feel that spot when she was in the room. Morgan said she could always feel it across her chest and in her arm and stuff where she had her breast cancer. So you can feel it when you walk in that room. It is just a different experience. It's hard to explain without actually being there.
I think that's the point, right?
Yep.
I mean, is go.
Yep.
Go experience it, figure it out. How can they get a hold of you? We obviously gave you the website.
Yep. So the link and phone number is 531-350-5922. You can call that number. Our website's mywellnesscenterees.com. Megan, you want to rattle off your number?
The phone number?
Yep.
Sure, why not? Well, not yours.
Hold on, I got it right here.
I have it. It's 308-270-0296.
You guys don't know the phone numbers of your business.
Sorry, my kid walked in the door right as you were saying that, so I was trying to shoo him out. And then
people, you can't give them a phone number.
But we're on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok also. But I want to tell you real quick before we run out of time is we also have events. So not only do we have our normal, sessions that you can come during the day and do, we have the private overnights, but we also have each of us in Kearney and Lincoln have a monthly sound bath event. And real quick, what that is like in Lincoln, I have 2 ladies that come in. Megan has a lady that comes into Kearney, but they play these beautiful crystal bowls and gongs, and they play this beautiful music, but it's sound frequency, and sound frequency is healing, just like the light frequency. So when we do a sound bath retreat, which in Lincoln today, this afternoon at 2:30 is our next sound bath, and we have a couple open spots still. So
2:30 at 5601 Union Hill Road. Please call them because you do want to hear from people.
Yep. Ahead of time. Yep.
Events,
just to make sure we have space. But 531-350-5922 is the number to call today. But when you're doing the sound bath event, you're getting that sound frequency and the light frequency. So they're both healing. You're getting like a double whammy in 1 hour. It is awesome. It is quite
it's extremely relaxing.
Yep. Is that, I'm assuming that that's kind of the same thing. There's a massage therapy business, whatever, in town, and they have a sound therapist.
Yep.
Is that
it'd be the same thing. Yep. She probably uses sound frequencies to help heal. Yep. It's crazy. I mean,
it is crazy because, and I was, this is probably going down a rabbit hole, but I was reading an article about there's these short burst radio waves that come, NASA or whomever the government entity tracks them, and they're coming from literally light years away from literally other galaxies. And they're saying it comes, it happens, occurs when when stars explode or whatever. And if you think about, sound wave it's like a radio frequency.
Mm-hmm.
And you think about the body and we're talking about light and we're talking about sound waves and, your heart, the potassium that your heart needs, because, we're all a bunch of light and sound waves and chemicals and there's magnet therapy, there's right. All of this stuff is kind of similar.
Yep.
And
your body syncs to where it's at. So like when you're in this room, the light and the sound, I mean, your body's syncing to that. That's what's recharging your cells. And we, the sound bath is a great way to come experience it for the first time. It's a little bit cheaper than just coming for a normal session. Okay. It's $50 for the sound bath, but it is a great experience. The ladies do a great job in both Kearney and Lincoln.
Megan, where's your next event?
Our next sound bath is next Friday, the 14th.
There you go.
At 6 o'clock at night. Yep.
So Megan, I'll start with you first. Is there anything else you'd like to say? We're getting down, kind of down to the end of the hour here. Anything else you would want to add to everything we've talked about?
No, I just think it is, the holistic wellness arena is, up and coming. And I think that, if there's people that are tired of trying things and it's not working or if it's just, they want a better night's sleep, then, come check us out and sit in there for an hour and see what you think.
And that's the thing, like, you don't have to have anything wrong with you to come in. I have wrong in quotations. You don't have to be coming in for a specific reason. You can literally just come in to recharge. We have people that come in, like somebody was going to travel. They were going to go on a cruise. She brought her daughter in just as just to give a little boost before they went on this vacation and around all the germs and things like that. Like I said, bring my, if we have sick kids, we bring them with us to work, and they get to hang out in this nice dark room and take a nap and recharge.
Well, think about that. I don't need an excuse for a nap normally, but this might be a great reason. Yep. So anyway, well, thank you both for joining me. I mentioned to Sarah, I could see in her eyes, I can't see Megan's, but I could see in her eyes, this was a very emotional topic but they're very passionate about it. And it's something that you should give it a try. I'm very seriously thinking about it myself. So thank you for joining us on today's session of the LIBA Business Hour. We will be back next week, I believe, with Dane Patton and Bats to Rats, Wildlife Control and Prevention. So thank you very much, both of you, for joining us.
Thank you.